today? Good, good. Now look, I want everybody to be excited. When I come out to an event, if I'm dressed like fitness, I want you to at least think it so you can go do it. But since you're not dressed to work out with me right now, we're going to do something I call affirmations. How many people know what an affirmation is? And so we're at a wellness event, right?
Yes.
So what I'm going to have you do today is repeat after me, and we're going to say something pretty simple. I am wellness, therefore I am.
I am wellness, therefore I am.
Man, they sleepy. Let's try that again, guys. You know, I'm military, retired, so I like people fired up, you know, and going and, you know, might have to stand up. Let's stand up, let's do that. Come on, let's go. All right, let me hear it. Let me hear it. You're at a wellness event, so what we're going to say? I am wellness, therefore I am. One more time. I am wellness, therefore I am. Way to go, guys. Way to go. I just wanted to let you know that you're at a wellness event. I want you to think wellness. And because I'm the first speaker today, guess what? I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to educate you on how to start with the mind. So no matter what you hear today, no matter what you see today, if you don't have it right here, you won't be able to do it. So many times I have people that come to me, Brian, the new year is starting, and guess what I want to do? I want to lose weight. I want to transform my body. It's a New Year's resolution, and I'm writing it down. And you know what? They do it. January 2nd, January 3rd, January 4th, and by January 15th, they don't show up at the gym. They don't work out at home. That DVD that they bought on late night TV is back in the closet. Matter of fact, they might even throw it away. I don't want to do this. Because they figured that I tried to lose weight before. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. Or their cousin told them that you'll never lose weight. Right? Why don't you just stop trying? And so they give up. So in order to change that, you have to correct your what? Your mindset. So that's what I'm going to teach you about today. Mindset. We're not going to do push-ups, so don't worry. We're not going to do sit-ups. We're not going to do burpees. How many people know what burpees are? Ever heard of burpees? Right? You heard of burpees? Well, we're not going to do them today, so don't worry. Now, in your package, there should be a handout. And this is, you know, pretty much what I do. I told you a little bit about me. I retired from the Air Force, over 25 years of service. I also did some service with the Air National Guard, which is not too far down the road, Martin State Airport. That's where the A-10s are. We used to have C-130s. Did some service there with the National Guard. And now I'm over at the National Guard headquarters in Virginia. But fitness is my passion. Wellness is my passion. And that's what you're going to get today. Now, the way I got into fitness, so people always say, Brian, how did you get into exercise? What made you think about that path? Well, my first sergeant came to me, Chief Master Sergeant retired, Joan Peters. She said, Sergeant Bailey, we got to do something about our Air Force troops because they got Dunlap disease. I said, Chief Peters, what's Dunlap disease? She said, it's when the stomach done lapped over the belt. I said, Dunlap? Oh my goodness, we got to do something about that. She said, well, I tell you what, I want you to get a program and let's get them on it, right? So I thought of this thing, I said, man, I got to do something for the troops. How can I help them? I got to help them with the mind. I got to help them with the body. I got to help them. They got problems like high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. You know, military people get that too, right? So what can I do to help them? So I started thinking, okay, we came up with this program called the Fitness Initiative Team. It was a 12-week program. We covered strength training, cardio, and we even covered eating 6 small meals a day. Guys, that's powerful. If you never tried the 6 small meal concept, it definitely works. It gets the metabolism going. Man, I saw people that was wearing 42, 44-inch pants. You know, military they do come in those sizes, right? Pants. And then it was coming to work, pants going down. They're not trying to be like one of the guys around the way, but their pants was falling down because they started to lose weight. And they came back and said, my blood pressure is better, my cholesterol is better. And you know what I found out about that? Is that was my passion. Helping people, seeing them come back to me. I get people coming to me crying, Brian, you changed my life. You really did a great thing for me. My family, we're changing the way we think about wellness. About what we're going to talk about today is success principles that can help you plan and execute the mind-body transformation. And it's going to help you do what? Create a healthier you. Now, notes are encouraged. Everybody have a handout? Okay, great. Notes are encouraged. Everybody have a pen? Good. So we're going to get started because we don't have that much time. The first thing that I want to cover, now there's 2 things I'm teaching from today. I'm also teaching from the handout that you have, so we're going to write down some notes. The second thing that I'm teaching from is from the Mental Hurdle of Fitness. This is a program that I created that I actually go around to churches and corporations and I teach this. So the items that I cover is going to be from this book, and this is actually in the back if anybody wants to use it. So we're going to start today by talking about identifying the why. How many people ever heard of that? You know, if you want to be successful in business, you want to be successful in weight loss, you got to have a why, right? You know why the why is important? And if somebody give me an idea. Somebody, you know, I want some feedback. Huh?
So you know where you're headed.
Yes. Yes. Okay, here's a scenario. It's a cold Monday morning, right? You gotta go to work. It's like 25 degrees outside. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to start up the car unless you have remote start, right? But you don't have remote start. So you want to go to the gym first. You want to go work out. But again, it's cold. And then you got to come back and feed the kids and get them ready for school. I ain't gonna work out today. But what if you had a why? What if you had a why that said, you know what, I really do need to work out. I need to work out because, you know, my dad died of heart disease. And I don't want that to happen to me. I have these 3 little kids, and I got to be around for them. I have a husband or a wife that I love very much, and I would love to be around for 50 years and have that, what is that? Is that gold and silver? What's 50th anniversary? Gold. Anybody here have 50 year anniversary? I don't know. I mean, we're all too young for that. Right, I'm sure. Nobody, hopefully, look around here. Everybody look younger than me. That's a good thing. So you got to have that motivating factor. You know, I get tired of this, guys, and I'm just going to be honest with you. People come to me and say, Brian, I want to lose weight so I can go look good at my high school reunion. Don't nobody care about you. Nobody cares. The high school reunion is only 3 hours long. Right. And then you say, you know what, I'm going to go back to eat what I ate after the high school reunion is over. No, we're not talking about a certain day. We're talking about for life. Right? We're not saying because I want to fit that size 8 jeans that I saw at the mall. No, forget about the size 8 jeans. I mean, yeah, you can say 8 jeans, but it got to be bigger than that. It's got to be huge. Now, I want to cover something, again, that's in here. When I built this program, when I was talking about identifying the why, I said, Brian, people will understand the why because the kids, family, you know, 50-year anniversary, diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. I want to get rid of that. My family had it. It does. You guys know that it doesn't have to be hereditary. You know, people say, and you probably going to talk about that. You know, people say that, oh, I'm going to have high blood pressure because my mom and dad had it. No, I'm going to tell you right here. It's on video. I know people that had diabetes, and they don't have diabetes anymore. I said had diabetes, right? Because they changed their level of wellness. So when we talk about whys, I'm going to give you some clues. You can write some of these down, but I want you to create your own. Here's some that I created. I want to be around to see my kids grow up. Is that a good one? Mm-hmm. How many people here have kids? Or just raise your hand or say, I do. I want to be around to have a 50th wedding anniversary. We talked about that. It could be 25, it could be 10, it could be 1 year. I want to be around for that. You know, some people don't make it to their 1 year anniversary because the man or the woman has a heart attack. Things happen. But if you take care of your bodies, you know, let's see what happens down the road. I had a father that died from heart disease. We talked about that, and I want to reduce my risk. I'm in my 30s, and I always look tired. Have you seen somebody that's 30 years old? And they're like, I'm tired. Man, I don't want to go out nowhere. I can't do it. They miss church because they're too tired. Because they're sick and tired, right? But I need them to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. How many people agree with that? Because you won't do anything until you're sick and tired of being what? Sick and tired. Now, the other things that I'm going to give you is that you might say, my mother was overweight, and I'm starting to look a lot like her, right? How many people, you know, you look at yourself, I'm starting to look like my mom and dad. You know, guys, I'm telling you, you know, fathers might have a belly and a hangover, and then you look at the sons. Man, I've seen some 15-year-olds in high school. I was at Meade High School the other day. That's where my daughter goes. And I saw some kids, 15, 16 years old, looking like their dad already. Because the dad, stomach hanging all over, walking all slow. And here's the kid following behind, like, you're 15. Right? And that's the truth. Have you seen that? Yeah. I'm not making that up. So that might be a why. I want to, look, I'm going to put this here anyways. You might want to look good at your 20 or 30 year reunion. So that could be a why, but that's not that long-lasting why. That's not the one that gets you out of bed. I'm concerned about my high blood pressure and cholesterol. And that's something right now I'm going to say, if you haven't went to your doctor to get your numbers, you need to Monday. You always need to know your numbers, right? So that could be a why. If your numbers are high, I need to work out every day, including drinking water, you know. Somebody told me the other day, he said, Brian, I don't like drinking water. I'm like, do you know the body needs water? You need to do that every single day, but that's a why clue. So you guys got some clues down? You understand the why clues? Does that make sense? So identify the why. If you have kids, that's a good one. If you have problems in your family as far as heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, put that down. So when you're thinking about the why, put it somewhere where you can see it every single day. If you're in your bed and you're like, oh man, it's cold outside, I gotta do the remote start. Remember I talked about that? If you have it on your dresser, my why is to make sure I'm around to see my kids grow up. So you peek over, you look at your dresser, you guys got those big dressers, right? Big mirrors. You have it, my why is to, and you see that, oh, and you get up. Don't do what I did, you might make your contact fall out. So you get up, and then you start walking, and you start taking action. But if you don't see it, you don't do it. Everybody understand that? You gotta see it. Well, Brian, what about my bathroom? Put it in your bathroom. You brushing your teeth? Oh, wow, that's my why. Put it at your job. How many people here, work? Everybody, right? Some kind of way. Take it to your job. Put it on your computer. Most people spend most time on Facebook anyway. Make that your Facebook post every day. My why is to. Make it your Facebook post. If you don't do Facebook, put it in your Twitter. My why too. Put it in Instagram. But put it somewhere where you see it every single day. Right? Visualize it, see it, and you'll do it. Now, I'm going to go ahead. You guys got that, right? You understand that? You want to see more, it's on CD, it's in the book. But the other thing I want to talk about is your goals. How many people say, I want to lose weight, I want to get fit, but you don't really have a goal? You're like a ship without a rudder, right? What if you went to the harbor and didn't have any kind of way to steer? And you might bump into the Cheesecake Factory or a Rusty Scupper because you didn't know how to turn that thing. You didn't know what direction to go. How many people here took a vacation this summer? Hopefully everybody. You need a vacation, guys. Stop staying home and working. Who didn't take a vacation this summer? I'm going to call you out. Oh, you didn't take a vacation? That's good. What's your name? Next year you're going to take a vacation, right? Because it relieves that stress. I'm telling you, just get away. I don't care if it's down to Solomon's Island. Just get around there and watch the water and let the kids play. You need a vacation. But a goal is something that will allow you to hit what you want to do, right? Your goals have to be, and most people know this, I'm just going to repeat it, is SMART. SMART. Goals are smart. How many people do that already? Goals have to be smart, specific. You got to know exactly what you want to do when it comes to weight loss or transformation. And there's so many people, Brian, I don't need to lose weight. Well, maybe you don't want to lose weight. You just want to change your lifestyle. Just because you're 5'8", 110 pounds, you could be sick too. Sick people come in thin bodies and thin frames. So, don't think, well, Brian, you're talking about fitness. No, I'm talking about wellness. Okay? So your goals have to be specific. The next one is M, measurable. You have to be able to tell if you're getting the results that you deserve. Everybody understand that? How do you measure? Okay, right now, Brian, and I'm just throwing numbers out here, I'm not messing with anybody. Right now, Brian, I'm a size 12, 14-ish, depending on what I find in my closet that day. Because I have like 4 different sizes in my closet. I might have 16, 14, 12, 10. I got some 8s, but I don't know if I can fit those again, but they're just there because I don't want to get rid of them. Okay. But Brian, I'm a 14, I want to get down to a 10. So when you go from a 14 to a 10, guess what? That's measurable. Did you notice what I said? I didn't say jump on the scale. Most people jump on the scale and they jump off. That's a dance, no, it's a dance somewhere where you jump, crisscross. They jump and they jump off. And they're upset when they jump off because they say, you know what, I was 150 pounds yesterday and I'm 154 today. How did that happen? Right? I don't know what you ate. Right? So you got to think, forget the scale. It's not about the scale, it's about the inches. Everybody understand that? It's not about the inches, because look, you can be 130 pounds and just fit small. You're like, I can't believe you're 130 pounds, look how good you look. Yeah, because my body fat percentage is lower. So you got to understand the inches compared to getting on the scale. Don't throw away the scale. Every once in a while, maybe after a month, get on the scale and like, wow, I was 140, now I'm 130. But I look smaller than that. So anyway, that's that measurable. Attainable, well, attainable is like, is that realistic? That's the other one, the R. The R is realistic and relevant. But attainable is like, okay, in 30 days, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Is that attainable? Well, Yeah, no. I mean, if you get lap band surgery or something like that, which I'm not saying go do, maybe you can lose 100 pounds in 30 days, but no. We're talking about if you're doing it the right way. You know, the rule of thumb, American Council of Sports Medicine, ACSM, says you should look at losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. People have heard that. You know, so if that's your goal, you know, you're saying 30 days, you know, maybe I'll lose 4 pounds, maybe I'll lose 5 pounds, even 10 pounds. Let's say 2 pounds a week, 2, 4, 6, 8. Right? That's a good goal. That's attainable. If you lose more, that's fine. You'll be surprised what you can do just by taking sodas away out of your diet and just drinking water. Guess what? You'll lose 2 pounds a week. Try it. Brian, you was right. Oh my goodness. So that's measurable, attainable. Now, let's talk about relevant. Relevant has to be something that, you know, it fits what you're trying to do. It really has to be something that you get. It takes, you know, or realistic. You can go relevant or realistic when it comes to the R. You know, and we talked about that with attainable. So that's the R. T, a timetable. Whenever you set a goal, you have to say, okay, I want to, and you can have many goals, by the way, but start off slow, right? So Brian, I want to go from a size 12 to an 8, or guys might say, I want to go from wearing a 44 belt down to a 40 belt in 30 days. That might be a good goal for a guy. But you got a timetable there, right? You understand that? That's 30 days. So you can see that. You can see 30 days. You can mark that on your calendar. So let's say you start your new wellness program September 15th. So you say September 15th to October 15th, this is what I'm trying to do. So now you can write out your goal saying that I want to lose, no, I want to do pounds. They got to get on the scale, right, Sherry? I want to go from a size 12 to a size 8, just use that example, size 10, in the next 30 days. It's smart, right? So you have specific, you say what you want to do, it's measurable, because you can take the tape, right? Or you can put on your favorite jeans that you haven't been able to wear in 6 months, right? It's attainable, it's realistic, and you have a timetable. So now you can knock it out. It's easy, it's smart. So you guys got that? Okay, the next thing I want to cover real quick is hitting your goals by using, if you look on page 3, by creating a body transformation mission statement. So what we do here is we take your goal, and after we create your goal setting worksheet, we look at it and we say, okay, now let's take the words that we said and let's put it together. How many people heard of a mission statement? Every company, whether it's nonprofit or profit, will put together a mission statement, right? Like as a fitness person might say, mine is to help people or individuals understand the importance of fitness so they can have a healthier lifestyle. That's a mission statement. So when someone looks at me, they can say, well, that's what Brian's doing. He matches his mission statement. So when you're doing it for wellness or fitness, you're putting the same thing out there. You know, I want to lose weight so I can be an example for others, and I can also be a healthier me. So you got to write that out and include your goal. You know, I want to go, I want to be healthier, I want to drop 50 pounds. You know, your long-term goal could be in your mission statement, not the first 30 days. But where do you want to be long-term, right? Somebody might say to me, Brian, you know, I have people say that I want to lose 100 pounds. Well, you're not going to lose that in a day, right? It's going to take maybe a year. It might take a year and a half, it might take 2 years, but if that's in your mission statement, you're saying that's my long-term goal. So you write that out. You can actually write that out on your sheet, and it's also in the book where you can do that. So here's a good one that I put down. I have chosen a healthy, active lifestyle, and I believe nothing can stop me from achieving my goal. And then you write down your goal. Everybody get that? That mission statement is so important. So now, here, this is where it gets interesting. In section 4, or success principle 4, I talk about belief. How many people here believe in belief? Believe in belief, right? You like that? The faith of a mustard seed? Is that just a little, how big is a mustard seed? Very tiny. But that's all you need, right? And the reason why I mentioned that is because so many people have been beat down when it comes to weight loss. But so many people are confused when it comes to wellness, when it comes to, you know, I got to get on drugs, Brian, because the doctor said, Only way I can get rid of high blood pressure is getting on this drug. I'm on statins right now because the doctor said, oh, and because of the statin, there's 4, 5, 10 different medications in my medicine cabinet because the doctor said. So you believe that. But what if you change your belief and say, you know what? I can change the way I take care of my body because I can be proactive and do some stuff. Brian said I can get up in the morning, look at that mission statement and that goal and start to identify with my why and take action. That's where belief comes in. But in order to believe, you gotta talk to yourself, guys. How many people told you talking to yourself was crazy? No, be honest. Right? Well, they lied. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. I talk to myself every day. I was talking to myself in the back. Anybody seen it? You gotta talk to yourself. As a speaker, one of the biggest fears, and luckily I went through Toastmasters to help me, but one of the biggest fears is speaking. People rather die than speak. So in order for a speaker to get in front of a stage and do what I do, we have to talk to ourselves. Oh yeah, this is what I do. This is what I am. This is how I help people, right? So in order to get to your wellness goal, you gotta start writing down some affirmations. You gotta get up in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, rinse your mouth out, say that affirmation. I got a couple right here. I gotta give you. I have some powerful affirmations, and you go, I love my body, and my body loves me. That's one that I love. You're talking to yourself. I love my body, and my body loves me. You know, if you take care of your body will take care of you. I got a friend right now, Zeke Stewart. If you go on YouTube and look at Juicing with Zeke, Juicing with Zeke, Z-I-K, on YouTube. Juicing with Zeke on YouTube. Zeke is 72. Anybody here know Zeke Stewart? 72 years old. I was just at his house. I've been knowing Zeke since I was 21, guys. I'm 25 now, right? I've been knowing Zeke for a long time. We used to sell insurance with Primerica, A.L. Williams, a bunch of companies back in the day. North Avenue, Baltimore City. Taking these policy rate charts and running up these steps. Zeke was already, I don't know, 30 years older than me, 20 years older than me. What's he? I'm 25 now. So he's like 30 years older than me, right? Okay, I'm about to give up my age. So even then, in my 20s, and he was in his close to 50s, he would go up steps and I'm like, come on, man, what are you doing? Now he's in his 70s, he's still doing the same thing. Why? Because he speaks to himself. He tells himself, I love my body and my body loves me, right? He loves this body. His body is definitely taking care of him. So when we look at affirmations, you want to think about those affirmations being in the future. Don't think it's right now. Don't look in the mirror and say, I don't like the way I look, but I'm going to do something about it. No, because you started off saying, I don't like the way I look, right? So that's negativity going in. I love the way I look. I admire the way I look, and I can't wait to look better. Matter of fact, I look great right now. So you're saying, forget all the negative. Oh, I look good in this size 8 pants. I look great in this size 6, whatever. You know, that's right? If that's your goal. Okay, here's some affirmations. She said, Brian, come on, you can't go over your time.
No, you good.
I have abundant energy, vitality, and well-being. Right? I have energy to do all things. Okay, you got 3 or 4 little kids running around the house. But you got to say that before you attack those kids. I have energy to do all things. Yeah, you got a boss at work that gives you 20 taskers and he expects you to have them done by the end of close of business COB. I have energy to do all things. If you start your day off saying something like that, you will walk out, oh, I need my coffee. No, you don't. You already said, I have energy to do all things. If you want to get your coffee, you can, but why don't you just speak it into existence? I do not fear being unhealthy because I know that I am in control of my body. Right? We can't have the spirit of fear. What is fear? False expectations appearing real. Right? Anybody else got another one for that? Fear? Okay, that's a good one right there. I am able to maintain my ideal weight. You got to speak it. See, when you say I'm able to maintain my ideal weight, when you go to lunch, you look at, man, we're going to McDonald's today and getting the number 4. But you said to yourself, I'm able to maintain my ideal weight. So guess what? Now I'm going to get something healthier. I might get the salad, but don't just get salad. Get the chicken in there because the chicken has protein. But guess what? Watch out for the salad dressing. That's the one to get you. Right? Maybe bring your own little vinegar or something. I like salsa. You know, salsa is a good alternative. But that's your area, I'm not going to go there. Okay, so my mind is at peace. That's a good affirmation. My mind is at peace. Do you know how powerful that is? That's just, my mind is at peace. 5 words. You know, you just had an argument with your husband, your wife, whatever, the night before. You know, you got all these things at work you got to do. You know, the devil's in the back of you and in front of you, and you're like, man, I can't make it. But when you just stop, you know, we know the powerful prayer, the powerful power of prayer is everything. But if you just stop and look, my mind is at peace. What happens to you? Say that right now. My mind is at peace. No, let's say it. We're not in church. Bring it up. Come on. My mind is at peace. How did you feel when you said that? No, for real. How does that make you feel? Right? It makes you feel peaceful. It makes you feel calm. You might want to say that at night before you go to bed. What do you think? Yeah. My mind is at peace. And see, what you can do is say it multiple times. If it's something like that, man, you got to say it at least 10 times. My mind is at peace. My mind is at peace. And enunciate when you do it. My mind is at peace. Right? My mind is at peace. Don't mumble. You got to say it like you know it. Right? My mind is at peace. You guys like that one? Yeah. You want another one? All right. All right, let's go with my mind is at peace. I love and care for my body, and my body cares for me. We talked about that one. You got to speak it to existence. Now, before I close that section out, I want someone to give me an affirmation. Somebody, I just taught y'all to do it. Let's do it.
My mind is at peace.
That helps you? Say it. Somebody else give me an affirmation. I'll give you another one to give you time to do that. If it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. That's like my number one. I've always say that. You know, guys, I think about stuff that, you know, you look at your past, look at things that happened in your life. You know, I grew up in a foster home, you know, portion of my life. My mother died when I was 9 months, right? So I can say, oh man, I've been dealt a bad card. Things happened to me that shouldn't have happened. What the heck am I going to do? I have, you know, brothers on drugs and sisters. I don't look at that. I'll look at stuff, I'll go into a situation, and I'll say, you know what, Brian? If it's to be, it's up to you. It's up to nobody else. If you want to lose weight, if you want to transform your body, if you want your blood pressure numbers to go down, your cholesterol numbers to be just right, you got to start saying, if it's to be, it's up to who? I want everybody to say that. If it's to be, if it's to be,
It's up to me.
all right, I'm going to let y'all say it one more time. Just say it.
If it's to be, it's up to me.
How do you feel when you said that? That's something powerful right there. Okay, that's affirmation. So that's how you build your belief. You got to speak it into existence. You got to know it. You got to know it. You got to believe it. You got to speak it. It's just, guys, stuff that I'm giving you are $1 million nuggets, right? These $1 million nuggets can allow you to be successful in your wellness, successful in your business, successful in your relationship. This stuff right here, the mental hurdle of fitness, man, it could be the mental hurdle of life. Because all these things cross over to everything that you can think of. This is just not fitness, guys. This is life teaching. We have a life coach here, right? I think that's speaking after me. She'll tell you this is life coaching stuff, right? So now you got the affirmations going on. I want to talk about something that this is going to blow your mind. I used to run track. I still run track, 5Ks, track and field. One of the things we used to do at my high school is we used to sit at the cafeteria. And at the cafeteria, I was part of a 2-mile relay team. We would close our eyes and visualize the race before it happened. I mean, we saw, how many people here ran track that know what I'm talking about? We would see in the 800 meter that I had to run that first quarter in 54 or 56 or 52. I would see that because that's what I wanted to do with it. I would see that second quarter in a minute, so I would get like a minute. I would see that, right? And I would run it, and I would find out how I did that. As I got older, I did the same thing. And then I found out that other successful people did the same thing, the power of visualization. Jack Nicholson, everybody heard of Jack Nicholson? Jack Nicholson, the golfer? Jack Nicholson said that that's all I do. The reason why I was so successful is because I visualized where the ball was going to go before I even hit it. So when Jack swung that ball, it landed where he visualized the ball to go. So if you want to change your body, if you want to change your life, you know, anything that's hampering you, you're not going to be able to get over that hurdle, that's that fitness, got it, that hurdle, until you start to see the results. Right? You have to see it. So when it comes to fitness, when it comes to weight loss, you have to do this. And it's no option. That's for anybody here who wants to lose weight. Or wellness. Put a before picture up. Right? This is what I teach people. Take a sheet of paper and then take a picture of you right now and put it on that piece of paper. Because what happens is, and then you guys probably can relate to me, you ever had somebody come up to you and say, wow, you're losing weight? I don't see it. How many people say that? What are you talking about? But then if you take a picture, you're like, wow, I didn't know, look at that. The love handle's starting to go away, aren't they? Oh man, look at that, my arm's starting to tone up. You don't see it, but when you put a before picture up, you're like, ugh, I don't look like how I look. That don't look right. I want to change that. So when you wake up in the morning, next to your why, right, you can put a picture of you now. And let that picture, you like, ooh, man, let me hurry up and get to the gym. Does that make sense? And so what you do after that, now that you're visualizing how you want to look, that's now we're going into the future with your affirmations, saying them now. But in order to say them now, you have to see it now. And now that you see it now, you're going to take those affirmations, and then take those pictures in your mind and take a snapshot every 30 days. So you can match up what you said with what's actually happening. So 30 days later, you take a picture. Woo, look at that. I see some differences. Because that's in inches. See, I didn't say 30 days later get on the scale. Well, I did say that. But 30 days later, if you take another picture, you'll see it. Right? Because it's not about the weight. It's about how you look. And it's about how you feel. Right? So you feel better 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 1 year later, you take another picture and put it up there, and that's those big before, you see those before and after pictures? Some of them might be fake, but guess what? Some of those are real. Some of those folks, they lost 50 pounds, 100 pounds, before and after pictures. So you look back and say, ooh, look how I used to look. I don't want to look like that again. And that keeps you going and going and going and going because you have that before picture as a reference. So make sure you do that, and that is how visualization works. Now, Brian, how do I stay going in my exercise program? How do I stay focused? How do I stay on the goal long enough to see the success I deserve? By rewards. One of the things that I've taught myself early on is that I have to put something out there, a carrot, that keeps me going. If I'm doing a bodybuilding or whatever, I have to put something out there saying, whew, if I train for this bodybuilding show and do it, at the end, I'm going to buy me a cheesecake. Oops, that's it. I'm just saying, that was my thing. I make a piece of cheesecake because for what? 6 months, I ate healthy. I was doing 6, 7, 8 meals a day, doing nothing but chicken and fish, saying no to, sweet potato. I mean, sweet potatoes with all the drizzles on it. Just plain sweet potatoes. Just nothing but sweet potato. How many people have sweet potato with just sweet potato? That's pretty good, but it's better when you drizzle everything on. Everything in moderation, guys. Moderation is the key word. So, a reward can span out for the first week, because the hardest thing in fitness is the first week, body transformation. I mentioned January 1st, people start. January 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, they're done. So now you look at taking that 1 week and then go maybe a month. If I work out, or if I exercise, or I continue to live healthy, or eat right foods, or drink water. How many people here don't drink enough water? Come on, guys. How many percent? Tell me how much water you drink a day.
2 to 3 bottles.
2 to 3 bottles. How many people know how much water you should drink every day? Who? Anybody?
How much is supposed to drink?
8. No, half your body weight.
Half your body weight.
50% of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 100 pounds, 50 ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, right? You guys get the idea? That's when you know you're drinking enough water. You got to do that. Because it does so many good things for the body when you do that. It's easy just to say, oh, I got a bottle or whatever and I'm done. But measure it. It has to be measurable. It can be a goal. It can be specific. My niece told me the other day, she said, Brian, she's on Facebook, I'm going to start my own water challenge for 30 days and I'm going to drink. I said, Janelle, can you be more specific? Right? How much water are you going to drink a day? I don't know. I'm just going to drink some water. I'm going to drink some stuff to put in it. People like, what are you going to put in your water? You might as well get tea or something. She's going to drink something? I'm like, no. How much water are you going to drink a day? Well, I didn't think about that. She could drink a sip. I had my water today for 30 days. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, with a timetable, right? You got to do it. So make your goal a year, 2 years, 5 years, and beyond, right? I had a couple of them get ready to go. They said, Brian, I'm going to put this goal out here for a year. And they was going to go on a cruise if they achieved their goals. Goals, specific, measurable, attainable. They did. They both lost weight. They looked totally different. After 1 year, they went on a cruise. And you know what? That cruise was their motivation. Come on, baby. We got to go to the gym. So we're going to do this cruise. We told Brian we was going to do it. Well, that's another key. Tell somebody you're going to do it. Right? Don't keep it to yourself. Get your list of friends. Yeah, because that accountability is huge. Hey, didn't you say you was going to the gym today? Oh, man, yeah, I did. Let me get ready to go. Right? So you got to make sure that somebody knows about it. And that's definitely how you do it. And I just really want you guys to know that these things that I taught you today is going to help you. But it only helps you when you make a decision to be helped. When you make that mental decision to say, I am turning the key in my brain to make sure the success occurs. Because guess what? I told you already. If it's to be, it's up to me. Say it one more time and I'm gone. If it's to be, it's up to me. Thank you guys. It's been wonderful.